Let us start the lecture on degrees of freedom. What is it? Degrees of freedom. Just say. Degrees of freedom. Insert from DOF. Degrees of freedom. Okay. Just say. What are the degrees of freedom? In degrees of freedom, actually, says the minimum number of variables required to specify the position of the system, dynamical system. Before going to degrees of freedom, first just know configurational space. In configurational space, we have if one particle is there in configurational space, then that have 3 dimensions. If 2 particles is there, that have 6 dimensions. That is in configurational space, the dimension is 3n. If the number of particles is n. If the number of particles is n, just remember, if the number of particles is n, in configurational space, the dimension is 3n. Yes or no? Then just write down the degrees of freedom, the definition of degrees of freedom. Just see. The definition of degrees of freedom. The minimum number of independent variables or we can say coordinates, variables or coordinates required to specify the position of a dynamical system, consisting of one or more particles. The minimum number of independent variables or coordinates required to specify the position of a dynamical system consisting of one or more particles is called degrees of freedom of that system. Okay, this is the actual definition of the degrees of freedom in configurational space. Then this is a lengthy definition, so let's start it. Or we can write the minimum number of independent variables or you can say coordinates required to describe the motion of a system. The minimum number of independent variables or coordinates required to describe the motion of a system is called degrees of freedom. Just remember, right here, minimum number of variables. Here also, minimum number of independent variables. Minimum number of independent variables. The variables which we take does not depend upon each other. Yes or no? This is called degrees of freedom. Yes or no? Then just take some examples of degrees of freedom. Just take some examples. Examples. First just take. We all know we have x-axis, y-axis and z-axis in Cartesian coordinate system. Here is a body or particle having mass m, whatever may be, and the position of this particle is x, y, z. Here the degrees of freedom is 3. Yes or no? X, y and z. If we take one body, one particle, then second, instead of taking one particle, let us take two particles. Just see what is the degrees of freedom here. Here also I have x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This one is the x-axis, this one is the y-axis and this one is the z-axis. Here let us take two body. Here is a body, okay, having coordinate, that is position x1, y1, z1. Then take another body having position x2, y2, z2. Okay, just extend it. Okay, then in configurational space, these two particles have 6 dimensions. Yes or no? These have 3, these have, yes or no? 3n degrees of freedom. But here the degrees of freedom is not equal to 6. If fix a distance among them, let the distance is d, which is constant always constant. If the body displaced from here to here, the same system having coordinate x3, y3, z3 and here x4, y4, z4, still the distance among them is constant. Yes or no? Then the degrees of freedom becomes actual 6 minus 1 constant is there. How many constants is there? 1 constant. So here the degrees of freedom is 5. Okay, then let's take the third one. The concept of the rigid body. Yes or no? First we take one body, then we take two body or two particle, then the third we have to take three body or three particle. This leads to the rigid body concept. Let us take a rigid body. Let's suppose this one is a rigid body. So no, we all know the definition of rigid body. We have the distance between any two particle inside the rigid body is always constant. Yes or no? Let us suppose this green board is a rigid body. How you know this green body is a rigid body? If we compress just like this, let this one is the point and this one is another point, point 1, point 2 in this green board. Yes or no? I just compress it. Let's take the point 1 here and point 2 here. The distance among them is let 2 centimeters. Okay, the distance among the first point and second point is 2 centimeters. If I compress this board, then also the distance is 2 centimeters. Yes or no? If we stretch this board just like this, then also the distance is fixed 2 centimeters. Yes or no? That means this green board is a rigid body. How you know this green body is a rigid body? Because the distance between these two particles is always constant. Yes or no? Just take 3 particles. 3. Let I have one particle is here, one particle, and here is the second, and here is the third one. Okay. In rigid body concept, we know the distance among them is always constant. Yes or no? Just give the distance here first distance, second distance, third distance. Distance always constant. Now have the degrees of freedom here. As we have three particles, then in continuous case we have degrees of freedom maybe 3n, that is this also have 3, this have 3, this has 3, yes or no? That is 3n. In 3 into 3 is 9. Degrees of freedom may be 9, yes or no? But here we have 3 constants, yes or no? The distance among these is always same, yes or no? The distance among them is always same. So just subtract 3 here. Then what is the degrees of freedom? 6. Degrees of freedom is 6. 3 rotational, 3 torsional, whatever may be. Degrees of freedom is 6, yes or no? Let us take another few examples of degrees of freedom. And others are simple pendulum, spring pendulum, yes or no? Just take some degrees of freedom. What is the definition of degrees of freedom? The minimum number of independent variables or coordinates required to describe the motion of the system. Yes or no? Just take the third example. Sorry, the fourth example. Let us take the fourth example. In fourth, just take example of a simple pendulum. Simple pendulum. Okay. In simple pendulum, we have one rigid support. Yes or no? Just draw a rigid support here. One rigid support is there. This is the rigid support. Yes or no? Another two things required. The one is string and another is bob. Yes or no? Let us think. This one is the mean position. Mean position of the simple pendulum. Okay. The string and bob is just like this. Here is the string of length L and the bob has mass M, whatever maybe. Okay. And angle is theta here. The angle is theta. Here we can use, instead of using Cartesian coordinate system, we can use plane polar coordinate system. Yes or no? In plane polar coordinate system, we have two variables. What are those? One is r and another one is theta. Radius, angle. Yes or no? Here L does the work of radius and theta as it is. Okay. But just see here, the string, the length of the string is always constant. Yes or no? The length of the string is always constant in simple pendulum. Then we don't have to take this r into consideration. Yes or no? That is the degrees of freedom. Here is 1, that is theta. Yes or no? As L is constant, so we can subtract 1 from the degrees of freedom. From r theta, r is eliminate only theta left. Yes or no? Degrees of freedom is 1. Then take another example. Spring pendulum. Spring pendulum. Spring pendulum. In spring pendulum, system is just like this, but one spring is attached to the length. Sorry, attached to the spring. Yes or no? Just see. One rigid support is also here. One rigid support is here. And let this one is the mean position. This one is the mean position. Yes or no? Let the string is just like this. Okay. One spring is attached here. This one is the bob having mass same, whatever may be. And the length of this string is L plus X. L is the natural length and this X used for this spring. If the spring expanded, L plus X, more is the spring compressed, then the x is less. Yes or no? Just see. And here the angle is theta. Okay. L is a constant quantity. Then just see degrees of freedom. Here, what changes here? Degrees of freedom depend upon the independent variable, that is which changes. Yes or no? L does not change. L is constant. Which changes here? One is theta and another one is x. Yes or no? X. Then the degrees of freedom here is 2. Yes or no? The degrees of freedom is 2. Then for this one is 5. This one, just take last one 6. Okay, just take a sphere here. Just take a sphere. Take a sphere. If we take a sphere, the system is sphere, then we have to consider spherical polar coordinate instead of Cartesian coordinate. In spherical polar coordinate, we know we have 3 variables that are r, theta and phi. Yes or no? R, theta and phi. Yes or no? But if we take a sphere, then we know the radius of the sphere is always constant. Yes or no? The radius of the sphere is always constant. Then we don't have to take this into the consideration during the motion of the system. Yes or no? Then what left? These 2 left. The degrees of freedom is 2 here. Yes or no? This is all about the degrees of freedom. Here we discuss the definition of degrees of freedom, what the degrees of freedom says us, and then some examples related to degrees of freedom.